I can't help but wonder if the palace is getting ready to release a few pretty devastating leaks after the coronation has been celebrated. A freelance investigative journalist who works closely with BBC Radio 4 and the Mail on Sunday newspaper is saying that he has been asked to look into the probability of recording devices being secretly used by Meghan when in the company of the royal family. They had mentioned this at a media event at the Battersea Arts Conference Centre in London only a few days ago. Might it finally be payback time for the royal family? We can be sure the palace is not going to be openly involved, but I think they'll be happy to hand over any information they've got. It's obvious that in the past Meghan did use recording devices. I'm not certain whether they had signed the contract before their last public engagement before they left the firm, but Meghan definitely did it for the Platinum Jubilee. I mean, we all saw it, the way Meghan kept fiddling with her collar, clearly there was something underneath it, and that funeral outfit was designed to be able to hide the box, but it was showing as they were leaving Westminster Abbey and getting into the car to go to St. George's. And that's the biggest reason that nobody in the royal family wants to speak with them anymore. Well, the second good reason is that they have completely trashed the royal family. I'm glad Meghan's been laying low lately, though. Meghan did that actually for a lot of her last pregnancy after the Archie Moonbump gate. But I think Meghan is still staying busy. She's supposedly writing that book, and there's also that lawsuit that's been filed against her. This con really has been going on for way too long, though. People are just sick and tired of the lies coming from those two. I had always heard that the monarchy moved slowly, but this has to be the first time I have been upset by it. Maybe it's just because I'm an American and I'm so used to immediate results, whether good or bad, so that we can just keep plowing ahead. But it seems like they really are coddling Meghan and Harry, and that's what I find to just be unacceptable. And I'm not a royalist, but still, Meghan and Harry are a couple of attention-seeking, desperate grifters, and they have been caught out repeatedly. Let's remember how Harry was not allowed to learn how to ride a bicycle, oh poor baby, and then we saw photos of him riding a bicycle with his father and brother. And then Meghan went through all that mess with her father, but then it was proven that the two of them were just feeding the media. South Park really nailed it with that episode about the Prince and Princess of Canada. And I am not one to body shame, but wardrobe shaming, I think that's okay. I mean, Meghan has no style whatsoever. She also has no manners. Now, in my opinion, it's not a bad thing to talk about these issues because these are things people could easily fix if they wanted to. Does Meghan not have her clothing fitted to her body? It looks that way. I never liked that green thing that she wore, but from the back, oh, it's just hideous. Meghan also needs better underwear, I think, and she needs a good tailor to help her. Meghan also needs to work on her poise and her posture. I can understand why Meghan is so incredibly jealous of Catherine. Catherine just has such an ease about her. She's so elegant, and it doesn't seem like she has to try very hard. Meghan, though, is always wearing these outfits that just don't look good on her. I mean, the comments that people make are sometimes a little over the top, but still, Meghan needs help. She needs a good stylist, not a celebrity one who's going to give outfits just to boost their own sales figures. It's true that Meghan just does not have the same effect on people that Catherine has. Meghan's just way too wrapped up in celebrity style because that is the standard that she was raised around. But the Princess of Wales had such a classy mother. She got years of advice from her and photos of her very stylish late mother-in-law too. I think when it comes to her appearance, not her antics, Meghan is a lot more pitiful than laughable. Meghan just chooses clothes based on which ones have the highest price tag. She doesn't seem to know how to dress for her body type. And also you can tell that what she's wearing underneath her clothing simply doesn't correctly fit her figure. It doesn't hide any of her flaws, instead it just seems to enhance them. And it doesn't look like Meghan goes to the tailor. When she does, though, you can tell the tailor did not do a very good job. The clothing is still not suitable for her body type. Meghan actually, I think, has the potential to look pretty good, but she must just be not taking any advice from anyone. Another issue is why has Meghan been so quiet lately? It's not like her. It's very suspicious. I did come across a story online about her that made me laugh so hard. It was so well written. And it talked about that she had to buy that award from Gloria Steinem. And there was a description of her that was just hilarious. So, May 16th, Meghan is supposed to go to the Women of Vision Awards in New York, and she's going to get an award presented by journalist Gloria Steinem, honoring her as a feminist, champion of human rights and gender equity, and global role model. And she's also described as one of the most powerful and influential women in the world. So, like Joe Biden, who's also not coming to the coronation, maybe Meghan feels like that masters of the universe can find better things to do with their time than attend the crowning of some old king. So I don't know what in the world is going on with Gloria Steinem. Maybe she's developing dementia or something. But it looks like she has somehow been beaten into helping this grifter and liar award herself yet another meaningless award for characteristics that she certainly does not possess. I mean, did Gloria Steinem read Tom Bower's book Revenge? The lies told by Meghan about her good works in Africa, does she know about that? What about the repeated grifting of clothing and favors? Women of Vision, is this what the organization really stands for? Meghan is such a disgrace to humanity. Would anybody want their daughter growing up to be like Meghan, using people, abusing them, throwing them away, ghosting family members, always searching for somebody richer who can help her? As for Meghan's silence lately, though, maybe she had a moment of clarity. Maybe she finally came to understand that she needed to shut up after all the backlash for the scandals that she has caused. Meghan should have been canceled a long time ago. Now, stories about her that float around New York are laughable. For many years, apparently, Meghan claimed that she was a lesbian who was living with a woman for several years. And then suddenly the story came out that in fact Meghan was married to a man and she lived with him for years. She is such a ridiculous person. You know what? She doesn't know the first thing about being a true feminist. I would say that Queen Elizabeth II, along with my mother's generation, were the real feminists, and they didn't even realize it. There is never going to be another generation like them. Gloria Steinem, I'm sorry, was also not in the same league. I'm also just becoming so sick of the games that Meghan plays. She managed to get under everybody's skin by just refusing to politely RSVP on time. And yes, I guess they won this yes-no game because they got a lot of attention for themselves, but they also wasted a lot of people's time and they really annoyed us. They did show off their very poor manners, but I guess they technically won that set with the will they won't they game. Can they just let it go, though? I'm pretty sure Meghan's got something planned. Just look at what happened with that Ngozi Fulani. Let's remember why all of that happened. It was to try to distract people's attention away from William and Catherine and the Earthshot Prize. So is Meghan plotting some kind of news event that's going to interrupt the coronation while also trying to hurt the royals? For example, maybe we'll hear that Archie is desperately ill and he ends up in the hospital and Harry can't go see him because he's stuck in the UK. Or perhaps we'll hear a story that Archofficial has been kidnapped, and then Meghan can blame the royal family for coercing Harry to be in England instead of being home to have prevented such a thing. And what a wonderful way to blackmail the royal family to get some money in the future for security for their family. My news today has ended. What do you think about Meghan Markle? Let us know your opinion below in the comments section. If you think my video is helpful, don't be afraid to like and share it with your friends and relatives who would enjoy it too.